A reading from the book of the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 41. In the 7th month, however, Ishmael, son of Nethaniah, son of Elishama, who was of royal descent, came with officers of the king and 10 men to Gedaliah, son of Ahikam, at Mizpah. And as they were taking their meal together there at Mizpah, Ishmael, son of Nethaniah, stood up with his 10 men, and attacking Gedaliah, son of Ahikam, son of Shaphan, with their swords, they killed the man whom the king of Babylon had made governor of the land. And Ishmael killed also all the Judeans who were with him, that is, with Gedaliah at Mizpah, and the Chaldean soldiers who happened to be there. On the day after the murder of Gedaliah, when no one knew of it, 80 men arrived from Shechem, Shiloh, and Samaria, with their beards shaved off, their clothing torn and covered in self-inflicted gashes. They were bringing grain offerings and incense with them to present to the temple of the Lord. Ishmael, son of Nethaniah, went out of Mizpah to meet them, weeping as he went. When he met them, he said, "Come to Gedaliah, son of Ahikam." But once they were well inside the town, Ishmael, son of Nethaniah, slaughtered them with the help of his men and had them thrown into the storage well. There were 10 of them, however, who said to Ishmael, "Do not kill us. We have stocks of wheat and barley, oil and honey hidden away in the fields." So he spared them and did not kill them with their fellows. The storage well into which Ishmael threw the corpses of all the men he had killed was a large one, the one which King Asa had built as a precaution against Baasha, king of Israel. Ishmael, son of Nethaniah, filled it with the slaughtered men. Then Ishmael took prisoner all the rest of the people who were at Mizpah, the king's daughters, and all the remaining people in Mizpah, whom Nebuzaradan, commander of the guard, had entrusted to Gedaliah, son of Ahikam. Ishmael, son of Nethaniah, took them prisoner and set out to cross over to the Ammonites. When Johanan, son of Kareah, and all the military leaders who were with him heard about all the crimes committed by Ishmael, son of Nethaniah, they mustered all their men and set out to attack Ishmael, son of Nethaniah. They caught up with him at the great pool of Gibeon. At the sight of Johanan, son of Kareah, and all the military leaders with him, all the people with Ishmael were delighted. All the people whom Ishmael had taken as prisoners from Mizpah turned about, went back, and joined Johanan, son of Kareah. Ishmael, son of Nethaniah, however, escaped from Johanan with 8 of his men and fled to the Ammonites. Johanan, son of Kareah, and all the military leaders with him then rallied all the remaining people whom Ishmael, son of Nethaniah, had taken as prisoners from Mizpah after killing Gedaliah, son of Ahikam. Men, fighting men, women, children, and eunuchs, whom they brought back from Gibeon. Setting off, they made a halt at Khan Kimham near Bethlehem, intending to go on to Egypt to get away from the Chaldeans. They were now afraid of them, since Ishmael, son of Nethaniah, had killed Gedaliah, son of Ahikam, whom the king of Babylon had made governor of the land. The word of the Lord. A reading from the book of the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 42, Flight into Egypt. Then all the military leaders, in particular Johanan, son of Kareah, And Jezaniah son of Hoshea, and all the people from least to greatest, approached the prophet Jeremiah and said, "Please hear our petition, and pray to the Lord your God for us, and for all this remnant. And how few of us are left out of many, your own eyes can see, so that the Lord your God may show us the way we should go, and what we should do." The prophet Jeremiah replied, "I hear you. I will indeed pray to the Lord your God as you ask, and whatever answer the Lord your God gives you, I will tell you, keeping nothing back from you." They, in their turn, said to Jeremiah, "May the Lord be a true and faithful witness against us, if we do not follow the instructions that the Lord your God sends us through you. Whether we like it or not, we shall obey the voice of the Lord our God, to whom we are sending you, so that we may prosper by obeying the voice of the Lord our God." 10 days later, the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah. So he summoned Johanan, son of Kareah, and all the military leaders who were with him, and all the people from least to greatest, and said to them, "Thus says the Lord God of Israel, to whom you sent me to present your petition. If you will stay put in this land, I shall build you and not overthrow you. I shall plant you and not uproot you, for I am sorry about the disaster I have inflicted on you. Do not be afraid of the king of Babylon, whom you fear now. Do not fear him, declares the Lord, for I am with you to save you and rescue you from his hands. I shall take pity on you, so that he pities you and lets you return to your native soil. But if you continue to say, 'We will not stay in this land,' if you disobey the voice of the Lord your God and say, 'No, Egypt is where we shall go, where we shall not see war or hear the trumpet call, or go short of food, that is where we shall live,' in that case, remnant of Judah, listen to the word of the Lord. Thus says the Lord Sabaoth, God of Israel, if you are determined to go to Egypt, and if you do go and settle there, then the sword you fear will overtake you there in Egypt, and there you will die. All those who are determined to go to Egypt and settle there will die by sword, famine, and plague. Not a single one of them will survive or escape the disaster I shall bring upon them. Thus says the Lord Sabaoth, the God of Israel. Just as my burning wrath poured out on the inhabitants of Jerusalem, so will my fury be poured out on you if you go to Egypt. You will become an object of execration and horror, a curse, a laughing stock, and you will never see this place again. Remnant of Judah, the Lord has told you, do not go to Egypt. Understand clearly that today I have warned you. You were not being sincere when you sent me to the Lord your God, saying, 'Pray to the Lord our God for us. Tell us exactly what the Lord our God says, and we will do it.' Today I have told you, but you have not obeyed the voice of the Lord your God or anything he sent me to tell you. So understand this clearly. You will die by sword, famine, and plague in the place where you want to go and settle." The word of the Lord.